Look, we had a great result in Monaco, there is no doubting that. You know, Logan kept the car on track, some genius strategy for myself, and hey presto, the car's up where it should be. But, you know, as the saying goes, one swallow doesn't make an orgy, so Logan needs to back that result up here again this weekend. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Kicking Haas. Today we have the BAKU Grand Prix, or the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. I'm not quite sure which one it is, but either way, it's hopefully going to be a race that serves us well. And after a really strong Monaco, I'm hopeful that we've turned the corner here with Logan Sargeant, and it'll all be up from here. We are currently sitting third in the Constructors. K-Mag is fourth, less than 20 points, 19 points to be exact, off the top of the championship. And, well, we set Sargeant the target of getting into the top 8 by the time we get to the summer break. He's moved up to 12th, so a couple of more strong results, and he'll do that without any problem in the world. Now, there are a few things to catch you up on. First of all, if we go to the car, we have a new side pod. So let's go and stick that on and see the difference that it's going to make if we show rank on grid. And we can see that we go up a little bit again. Top speed, medium speed corners, top speed as well with DRS, and the engine cooling gets a little bit better as well. So these are all baby steps towards getting the car to be as good as it possibly can be. So hopefully we'll see the benefit of that coming up here. That's all we've got going right now. We're kind of waiting for the next R&D period to start, and then we can go from there with more development. Only driver with a development point is Jack Crawford, so we will go and stick that into accuracy, I think, and he becomes a 66 rated driver. So well done to you, sir. Hopefully that continues. Over to staff now, ahead of Aero, who is contract up end of the year, and I'm wondering if maybe we could do a little bit better than that. We will stick this development point though onto DRS Delta, which is, I think, one of the parts of the car that's a little bit less than it maybe could be. We're going to have a look around and see if we can do anything better for him end of the season, but we'll wait and see on that front. Gaten Jego has a development point which we will stick onto pit crew management just to get the best stops we can. I'm not too concerned about the other stuff there, to be honest. And that is pretty much all we have to catch you up on. Let's go and have a look at what we're expecting here. It is going to be a dry race weekend in Baku. You can see there with the 51 lap race. Lap record is Charles Leclerc from a few seasons ago now. For qualifying purposes, red sector 1, blue sector 2, yellow sector 3. But it's a bit of a strange track, this one. It's absolutely rapid and then just slow corners. It's a sort of an American-style street circuit like that with the 90-degree corners. So top speed, low speed cornering are the two key things here, which we're getting better at in terms of a top speed. Now look at the safety car, virtual safety car pit time. 9-second loss compared to 20-odd seconds for a green flag. Less than half. It is definitely going to be worth doing that if the opportunity arises. At 2-stop, it's looking likely, although you could do soft to hard. We'll see how that sort of plays out when we get a look at things. Tyre compound difference, it's over a second difference between the soft and the hard, so that suggests it might be worth your while to make a change there. But look at the drop off as well. So almost almost 0.2 of a second a lap compared to 1/10 of a second a lap. So it's better mathematicians than me will figure that out, whether it's worth it or not. Last year's race, we had a 5th place for K-Mag, and we had Sargeant as a non-classified finisher. Historic results, Perez, Leclerc, and Verstappen are the historic winners of the race. Now let's have a look at our performance targets here. Reach Q2, we'll hopefully get to 8th or better, and have one driver in Q3, therefore that should all be no problem. Fastest lap, well, we've done it the last couple of races, haven't we? A driver in the top 8. Again, all things being equal, should be fine. Finishing and qualifying streak. If we get one car into Q3 here, we'll have about $1.4 million more when we finish the race. So let's head off to Baku and see what we can do. So there we go, confirmation of the weather. Partly cloudy, clear, and then cloudy for the race. I'm going to do some free practice, and I will see you for qualifying. Okay, welcome back. Now, we have obviously done free practice, and it was going okay. FP1, now, we did have old engine parts that are getting a little bit worn now, so that explains a little bit why we are where we are here. 15th and 20th for Jack Crawford. FP2, we got K-Mag back in the car. It was 15th and 17th. And FP3, there's a little bit of a story to be told here because Sargeant hit the wall once and also spun. So hopefully he's got all that out of his system before qualifying. But yeah, again, you can see we're down the bottom here. But again, we got our engines and gearboxes are getting a little bit worn. And I do suspect the type of track this is, you can see set up, so not too bad. But I do suspect the type of track that this is, it's going to have made a big difference because, like I say, we're going to be down horsepower. I wonder actually if we stick the new ERS in for this one. Try and get the max power we can out, and the gearbox, again, we might look to stick in a new one, and we'll start to use that one now as the practice one, I should say. As for K-Mag, we'll go and stick this engine back in the car. Now, I suspect we're going to be absolutely fine in Q1, even though qualifying or practice times, I should say, would suggest otherwise. If there is an issue, I will come back, but like I say, we should, with those new parts in, or fresher parts anyway, be a much, much quicker car. Alright, so it was absolutely fine. Logan Sargeant actually did 3 runs in the end. He got blocked terribly by George Russell on his first lap. Second lap, it was just not quite there for him. So we sent him out on a fresh set of tyres at the end, and he did get through quite comfortably. K-Mag just the 1 lap, and 7th. But yeah, Sargeant might be under a little bit of pressure to get into Q3 here. Alright, we are about to start our lap with Sargeant. Second run, of course, in Q2. Both drivers did their first run on used tyres. We can see K-Mag 6th, Sargeant under pressure in 9th. Let's see what sort of first sector we get. I did put Magnussen out first. I was hoping that Sargeant might stay close enough to get a bit of a draft down that back or long front straight, I should say. It doesn't look like that's actually happened. Is Magnussen a little bit too close to the car in front of him? No, he's fine. So, green first sectors, which is good. Alonso is out. He crashed in Q1. So, we need to be top 14, and Sargeant is the man on the bubble. We've done green first and second sectors. We are the last 2 cars. Sargeant currently is out. Can he put himself back in? Magnussen stays 9th. Sargeant goes 10th. Oh, well done, Logan. So he was under pressure, and he met that pressure, didn't he? Not the best lap there from K-Mag, though very, very close between 6th and 9th. So, yeah, let's go to Q3 here and see where we can start this race. Okay, we are coming up to start our second run. We're currently 9th and 10th. Now, we did do our first runs, as ever, on used tyres. Second run is on the new tyres, but yeah, this is not looking ideal. It looks, I mean, Gasly is absolutely flying, seemingly out of nowhere. But the McLarens, both McLarens in the top 10, look as though they have perhaps taken a big step forward ahead of this race. So, yeah, we'll see how we go here. Both of our guys have done a green first sector, which is not the same that can be said for everybody. I'd like to think at least K-Mag should be getting up ahead of Gasly, shouldn't he? Surely. But let's see what we do here. Not a lot of green on that tower there, is there? And not a lot of improvement going on, but both of our guys have done green sectors in the first 2. We are the last 2 cars on track. Ricciardo's about to finish his lap. He stays where he is. What can K-Mag do? Sargeant crosses the line, stays 10th. Magnussen crosses the line, stays 9th. So, there we go. That's a little bit disappointing, particularly for K-Mag. I thought he would do a little bit better than that, I've got to say. And, well, we're within a second, a lap of the Red Bull, but we don't look like we have the pace here. But let's see if we can come up with some sort of master strategy, perhaps. So, let's have a look here. Soft hard is very, very doable. Medium hard is also very doable. Now, I have saved soft tyres, so I think what I like here is soft as long as possible, hard tyre, and then we can, if we get a safety car, come back in and put another soft on. I don't think we want to commit to a 2-stop because we clearly don't have the pace for that, although the argument against that is to say, if we don't have the pace, if we go the extra stop but push the whole way, is that going to make a nice difference for us? What's stopping us from doing medium, soft, soft? Is there anything stopping us from doing medium, soft, soft? We'll be on quick tyres the entire race. If you're going to do a 2-stop, why not do it this way? We'll be quick, at least we'll be quick. You know, we may not have the pace out and out in terms of car speed, but if we stick on tyres that can make us quick, then maybe that is a way around that. It was 20 odd seconds. It says it's only a 3 seconds slower, and we can always stick a hard tyre on if a safety car comes. I think I like this. I think this gives us the best pace and probably the best options, you know, to change things around. And what we might do with K-Mag, and maybe we should have done it with Sargeant as well, is start on a soft, go to a medium, and then stick back on the soft as soon as we possibly can. Can we push a little bit more on a medium and still have a decent stint? It looks like we can. So we'll have a push stint in the middle with K-Mag. So there we go, that's what we'll do. Let's see if it works or not. Let's get to this race. Alright, welcome back, and here we go. We need a good race, don't we? It's usually, it's a bit of chaos at Baku, so, you know, maybe we can get a bit of luck on that front. What we don't want is for the two to come together in turn one, which looks like they've avoided. We are on the early laps here, just to kind of make the most of what we can. Let's have a look at everybody's tyres. It's a pretty even split between soft and medium. Now, I do wonder as K-Mag puts a move on Ricciardo to go up to 8th. He is just so good, isn't he, Kevin Magnussen? Yeah, so it does make you wonder, yeah, is everybody else 2-stopping or 1-stopping? Yeah, like I say, time will tell if this is the right decision to make or not. As I say, I think flexibility-wise, this gives us a few options, because if there is a safety car, we can always go onto the hard tyre. That's always going to be in our back pocket, because we're not using it. We're not scheduled to use it, so it's not like we're going to, you know, put on a hard tyre, have a safety car come out 10 laps into that stint, and then be like, oh, if we had a fresh hard tyre, we could get to the end. So I think I like the way this is going to play out for us. We just need to hope that it does indeed play out for us in a good way. Now, let's see. The Red Bulls were surprisingly slow in Monaco. This is obviously almost a complete opposite of Monaco. I mean, there's slow corners, I suppose, but there's certainly no straights like this in Monaco, so we'll see how we go. I'm absolutely shocked at Gasly up there in 6th. He's done a stonking job in qualifying, if that's if the Albon pace is sort of more realistically where that car is. But anyway, we're going to run out of Urs this lap, then DRS, of course, will be active. I don't know if you can do that, K-Mag, but he can do anything. He's Kevin Magnussen down the outside, and he is going to get that move done. So up to P7 now. DRS, as I say, will become available. We've still got Sargeant there in P10. And of course, what we're going to want him to do is get himself past Ricciardo, who is just letting there's a little bit of a gap there in front of him. So we'll see how this plays out. If we can get Gasly and Bottas in front here, this is looking as though it could be a good race for K-Mag. Certainly our race pace looks a lot better than our qualifying pace. So, Kevin Magnussen cutting through the field, already got past Bottas. I don't think we've got a replay of that one. And then down the back straight, over the top of Gasly. And that is him up into P5. He's got a little bit of a gap to close up now to catch up to the leading quartet. Alright, now we are approaching the pit window. We've got K-Mag in a little bit of a battle with Bottas. Gasly is starting to drop off the pace as pit stops begin. And we've got Sargeant sort of battling away with Ricciardo, and Hamilton was in that battle. That looks like he has made his stop. Ricciardo was also on the medium tyre. So, yeah, the race is sort of shaping up roughly how we might have thought it would, as Sargeant and Ricciardo go at it again. And don't crash, please, Logan. Yeah, so we'll just kind of see how this plays out. The DRS, you can see down this straight here, even I don't know if Norris is going to get it, but the closing speed when DRS is opened is absolutely insane. So we will stop this lap. We'll put on the medium tyre for K-Mag and see how that goes. Now the guys that are stopping are putting on hard, so they are in theory going to the end. So yeah, I mean, it's looking good right now. The issue is going to be, you know, I mean, there's an argument to say with Magnussen, do we put on a hard tyre, given that he's sort of where he is not a terrible result, 4th or 5th. Maybe we do that. If we put on a hard tyre, that should get him close to the end, shouldn't it? And then if we need to come in for a soft, then we could do. If he comes 5th this race, I think that's absolutely fine. Yeah, we can see here, it'll just about get him there. So I think that's what we need to do. So he is behind Bottas right now. We will not be pushing the tyre any harder than we need to. So we'll just back that off. Doesn't matter if he overtakes him here because he's coming in the pits anyway. And yeah, so, you know, we've got to be flexible in our strategy. So let's hope that this works out. We'll see where he comes back out. If he can get out ahead of sort of the Gasly-Perez group, that would be fantastic. And it looks as though he has done that. He has George Russell, looks like, right behind him. Is it that way? Oh, he's got a lot of cars right behind him, actually. He may not stay ahead of George Russell for very long. And, oh, it'd be good if you could, though, mate. It'd be really, really good if you could. And squeeze him, squeeze him. Do we have some deploy? Something. We get there first. All right, well done, K-Mag. Of course, he'll probably just lose out down the front straight. But anyway, he's going to the end now. Sargeant. I mean, do we stick him on a hard tyre and see where he comes out? There's an argument to say that as well, isn't there? But he was sort of down before pit stops a little bit lower. So I wonder if we do stick to the initial, send him soft now and see what he can do. He could probably push on a little bit as well. Actually, we're going to ignore that with you. We're going to push you on. And then he'll be able to work those soft tyres, sorry, a little bit harder the longer it goes in the race. Alright, so Logan Sargeant is getting ready to come for his stop. K-Mag has come out in front of Bottas. He's got Perez right behind him. The Sargeant stop's taking place now, 2.8 seconds, so he's in 13th. He's behind Ricciardo, but what he now has is a soft tyre that he is going to try and push. I don't know, for whatever reason it stuffed up his strategy there, but that's fine. I think because we pitted outside the window, went too many laps deep into it. But K-Mag 6th with Perez in front of him. And has Perez stopped yet? Maybe Perez hasn't stopped yet. No, Perez is on a hard tyre. He has stopped, so we've been undercut there, I think. And a new fastest lap for Sargeant on the soft tyre. His race is going to be how much quicker can he go than everybody. That is exactly what it's going to be about. And last lap, he was a 1:47. He was the fastest car on track. Is he going to be fast enough, though? That's the question. Okay, so we are getting ready for Sargeant to make his stop. We've got K-Mag sort of going back and forth with Perez. DRS pass back each other down the straights. Sargeant is currently 10th. Now, Ricciardo has somehow managed to just drive away from him. I don't know if there was a mistake in there or something. But we are going to stop him this lap. Please, game. We're going to stick on a brand new set of softs. He's going to go to the end. He's going to come out in 14th. The question then becomes, is he going to be quick enough with everybody else on those aging hard tyres to be able to get himself back to the points? So he's actually come out in 12th, which is a little bit better than expected. So it's down to you now, Logan. You can see 10th Hamilton is there. He's got quite a little ways to catch up, but he's going to be absolutely rapid compared to everybody else. So it's just a matter of what can he do. Let's have a quick look here, what sort of lap time he does. First flying lap, he's stuck behind Vettel. Still does a 1:46.9 compared to Hamilton, 1:48.9. So he's 2 seconds a lap faster. If he does that for the next 12, 13 laps or so, he's not going to have a problem in the world, as I've forgotten to turn K-Mag's petrol usage down. So that could become a problem later in the race. Oh, safety car, safety car, safety car. What has happened there? Sargeant's overtaken Hamilton. So he's back into the top 10. So we will ignore it with Sargeant. With Magnussen, I think we've got to come in for a soft tyre, don't we? If we were to bring him in, he'd come in 9th. That's assuming that people don't come in. What lap are we at? 50? Yeah, we've got to come in. Definitely got to come in. And this will get him out of a little bit of trouble as well, that I put him in with his petrol. But safety car late in the race. Well, this is going to make things interesting. Perez is the man that's crashed to cause it. Now he was literally with Magnussen. Look at that, and he's just outbroken himself. All right, so safety car is in this lap. We are currently 8th and 9th. Magnussen, though, has the freshest tyres and soft tyres as well, with first place not that far away. Here we go. We're DRS deploying as well with both cars. We've got a lot to play with here. Let's see if we can go and really make the best of what was otherwise looking like a bit of an average race for us, as we've already got past Danny Rick. We go down the back straight. We've got Gasly and Bottas in front of us. What we don't need to do, of course, is run up the back of somebody, but patience is a virtue. We've still got 4 or 5 laps to go here. There is plenty of time to run riot. What's happened there? Tyres are overheating. K-Mag, you're just going to deal with that, mate, because you've only got a few laps to go here. He should be absolutely fine in just chewing them up a little bit. Sargeant Could probably attack them a little bit more as well. Alright, can we get a move done here on Gasly? No DRS, of course, this lap, so we don't have to worry about that. As we deploy, Sargeant gets past Ricciardo. He goes up to 8th. And, well, we've got Bottas in front of us here. Can we get a move done into turn 1? A little bit too far back, I would say. But turn 3, never mind turn 3, do it into turn 2, mate. He does. Oh, K-Mag to 5th, which is where he was before the stops. So, before the safety car. So, he's absolutely flying. And K-Mag could win this race yet, you know. We can see the leaders. And they're all on hard tyres. Is he going to do Norris down the outside? You don't overtake into that corner unless your name's Kevin Magnussen. He's 4th. The Ferraris and Verstappen are in front. Sargeant gets past Bottas. Where did he do that? There's nowhere to overtake there, especially for you, Logan. He's done it up the inside into the little chicane. Before... or has he finished it off? He's followed K-Mag through, has he? No, not quite. We'll see K-Mag doing Norris in front of us here. Oh, how's he done that? Anyway, excellent double Haas overtake. And we're down the outside of Ferrari. And as ERS empties, we are into 3rd place with Kevin Magnussen. And there is still 3 laps to go. Lap 49, 50 and 51, and we're in 3rd with K-Mag. DRS is now enabled as well, which may help us, it may not. Let's keep pushing on the petrol, actually. Let's see. What could happen here is Magnussen does the fastest lap, as we could find ourselves in a bit of a DRS train. But our tyres are so much better. They're so much better. We can see that we're going to win this race. If K-Mag stays on the track, we're going to win this race. Out of absolutely... No, he's going to do a double! Oh, Kevin Magnussen, that is the overtake of the century! He has split Leclerc and Verstappen, and he has gone to the front of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Look at this! I'm going to have to do a YouTube short or something. It's going to have to go on TikTok. What an overtake from Kevin Magnussen! That is absolutely epic. The best overtake in Formula 1 history, without a doubt. In all seriousness, if you can remember a better overtake in real life, video, I don't care. That is the best overtake any of us will ever see. And to do it at that part of the track as well, that is just absolutely just epic. Now, has he got a big enough gap behind? Oh, he's absolutely cruising away. He's already got 2 seconds. Let's go and have a look at Sargeant. Where could Sargeant get himself on the podium here? He's absolutely flying as well. He can see this is 2nd, 3rd and 4th in front of Logan Sargeant. This is turning into what could be a very, very memorable Azerbaijan Grand Prix for Haas. And there's no way really through there. I don't want you doing a K-Mag, please, Logan. You are not at that level. But yeah, he's going to have a chance down this back. I wonder if we can harvest a little bit. And try and... if we can get him on the podium. That would be very, very nice. I mean, K-Mag is just absolutely driving away. He doesn't need to push that much. He can just cruise this last lap. And let's see now what we can do with Logan Sargeant, as K-Mag is about to and is now just starting the final lap of the Grand Prix. And I'm actually surprised nobody else made the move to come in on that last lap. Let's deploy now. So, you know, not the last lap, but you know what I mean, under the safety car. Can Sargeant get himself past one of the Ferraris here? Just don't run up the back of somebody. I, to be honest, would be more than happy for Sargeant to come in 5th in this race, but if he can add to it, then that would not be a bad thing either, would it? Alright. Come on, Logan. He just doesn't quite seem to have the same pace that K-Mag had. His battery's now drained as well, which is absolutely fine. But look at K-Mag is 7 seconds up the road. He's seconds a lap faster than this group. And I suspect that Logan Sargeant is as well. He's just not been able to use that pace. But Kevin Magnussen is about to win the Azerbaijan Grand Prix from 9th on the grid. What a performance from K-Mag. And we're going to have Logan Sargeant coming in. He got 6th in Monaco. And he's going to get 5th in Azerbaijan. Well done, Logan. Well done, Haas. What a race.
Never have a team been more deserving of a podium. Everyone must be ecstatic. Well, the Dane had a very impressive race, really delivering when the pressure was on.
So there we go. Remember to turn the camera back on this time. But a wonderful, wonderful race for the team. And yeah, the two-stop, it worked, didn't it? I mean, even Hamilton moved up to 7th. Vettel and Tsunoda in the AlphaTauri's got themselves in the points. You had to stop under that safety car for a soft tyre. I don't understand why everybody didn't do that. I mean, look at the difference in the fastest lap. 3 seconds almost, not quite. 2.5 seconds faster, so it was an absolute no-brainer. But anyway, K-Mag, absolute god amongst men, moves up to 2nd in the championship, only 11 points even behind Verstappen, and Sargeant up into the top 10 now. He is still, 19 points outside of the top 8, but on current form, he's going to stay, isn't he? He's going to stay because he has picked it up magnificently. And if we look at the constructors, it's making a huge difference. Look at the difference it's making. 36 points. We've got 2 drivers in the race again, and well, I think we're too far back, to be honest, to catch Red Bull or Ferrari, but you never know, do you? 3rd would be still an improvement on last year, wouldn't it, where we got 4th. So anyway, that will do it for today. If you've enjoyed that, make sure you hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. I did not expect that win after free practice and qualifying. I'm sure you didn't either. And yeah, again, I tell you what, I'm on fire with the strategy these last 2 races, aren't I? Until next time, guys, I've been Aussie Villain. I'll see you there. I don't know where it is. Let's say it's Canada. Take care.